going on, everyone? This is my 2016 F-250 with the 6.7 liter PowerStroke. This has the 6R140 transmission, and today we're going to be doing a pan upgrade on it. This is the deep aluminum ATS pan. We're putting a new gasket, a new transmission filter, and we'll be doing a full flush. We chose to use this Valvoline Max Life. Let me know what y'all are using. This is Mercon V and Mercon LV rated, so it is equivalent to the Ford Motorcraft. A couple things we're gonna need before we get started is an 8mm to remove your old transmission pan. You're gonna need a 13mm to remove the drain plug on your transmission pan, to drain it before we drop the pan. This is a 5mm Allen tip to install the new hardware that comes with the transmission pan. This is the filter extension. We got an impact here, the Volt, way to go. Possibly you may need some brake cleaner, clean up any old dirty parts you got in there. We got a pan down here, and we're gonna actually drain into a 5-gallon bucket. So let's get started. Oh, and I forgot to mention, we did go for a little drive, and our transmission temperature is sitting at, sorry for the glare, see if we could get it to focus, 179. You do want your transmission temperature to be warm prior to this. Also, this truck I bought, I'm not sure if it's ever had a transmission filter change. We're at 130,000 miles. The manufacturer recommends 150,000 miles, but we're gonna go ahead and do it ahead of time. I do tow a trailer quite frequently. It's a 16-foot enclosed trailer, so she does get worked. I don't take it easy on it. I'm interested to see what this transmission fluid is gonna look like, so stick around and I'm gonna show y'all it coming out. All right, so here we are underneath the truck with our transmission pan. We already loosened this drain bolt here, so hopefully we don't burn ourselves, because it is pretty warm, about 180 degrees in there almost. So we're gonna loosen this slowly. Yeah, the bolt is warm, I do feel it. Okay, here we go. Woo! I don't know if y'all could tell, that is pretty warm, and it's pretty dark as well. So here she goes. We will see how much comes out. Stay tuned. So a few things I did want to mention as well. Don't forget to pop your hood and pull your transmission fluid stick out so you can have some air getting in there to help it drain faster. And we are still draining down here. It's almost done. And it actually doesn't smell bad. I heard some people saying that it stunk like rotten eggs or something else. It's not too brown, actually, or black. It is brown, don't get me wrong. It needs to be done. Glad we're doing this, but it's not as bad as I was expecting, honestly. So we're gonna continue removing these 8mm bolts now. Here we go, we'll be back. All right, we are back. So I believe there's like 19 of these little 8mm bolts right here holding that pan in. So we got about 17 of them removed. It's about done dripping. We'll go ahead and put this plug back in before we drop the pan all the way. And as y'all can see, it's pretty much just hanging there by that bolt. And we got one more in right over here. So what you're gonna want to do is hold this pan up. It is warm, so you might want to use a glove, something to help you out. But here we go. We're gonna try not to make a mess. Okay, hopefully y'all can see good from this angle as we try not to spill transmission fluid all over ourselves. Get this bucket kind of out of the way. We're gonna hold it up there. We got our catch pan in place here. I don't really know. So let's hold that up. Pull that bolt. Alright, so all the bolts are out now. Once again, that was an 8mm. Here we go. Alright, that actually went pretty good. So we'll let that finish dripping here. Go ahead and drain the rest of this pan. And then we'll get it out here so we could look at it while that finishes dripping there. So as everyone can see, it's actually not that bad, in my opinion. This is the first time I've ever done a transmission change, so let me know y'all's opinion. Was it that bad? Let's take a look up under here. This is the magnet here. So as you can see, it's a little brown. That might be bad. Maybe there's not supposed to be residue like that. Let me know y'all's thoughts. Let's check out. Take this drain plug back out now for the magnet. That is dirty, boys. Oh yeah, that don't look too good. So after letting this drip for a while, you're actually gonna pull 3 more bolts to drop the filter. That's what it looks like up in here. You want to make sure and get your old gasket off here. We're putting a brand new one. Alright, so we're gonna clean all these edges up with some brake clean probably. We're not gonna spray it directly on nothing up here. We're just gonna spray it on the rag, wipe it all down real good. We're gonna start getting that prepped. These are your 1, 2, 3 8mm bolts that you're gonna need to pull to drop this filter in a second. So we'll be back. we're gonna go ahead and pull this filter. And you will want to be careful because there is gonna be some more fluid that comes out. That's another 8mm bolt. Save that one. I'm gonna need to put it back in. So at this point, we got transmission fluid dripping everywhere. It's all right. This is what showers are for. We're gonna keep going. We got one bolt left right here. Gonna kind of hold this up in place. It's already loose. So you got two different size bolts. Two shorter ones that go on either side here, and then your one long one goes in the front here. Now we should just be able to pull down on this. All right, so that's our old filter. That's the new one. So it's pretty dirty. So what I'm guessing is possibly they did a transmission flush on this truck at one time, but possibly never changed the filter. So definitely glad we're doing that now. So we'll look back up under here one more time. And it's kind of up to y'all. I'm not gonna do it with my impact. I'm gonna do it with the little 1/4-inch ratchet, but I'm just gonna verify all these other little 8mm bolts are not loose. Yeah, we'll just go over them, finish cleaning up this edge where the gasket's gonna go back on really well. If you see any real dirty spots on this, you could wipe her clean. So we'll finish prepping this surface and we'll be back to install the new filter momentarily. All right, so here we are, new filter, about to get installed. Take a little bit of pookie right here, put it around your gasket, get it all nice and lubricated. You know how to do it. Just like so. Oh, nice and easy. There she is. Now, let's not forget, we got some different size bolts here. Two shorter ones go on either side. Oh, don't do that. Throw it down in the transmission fluid pan. The long one is gonna go here in the front. And you wanna make sure and hand tighten this only at first, then you go back and torque it to the rated specifications. So that's in there plenty. I'm not gonna strip it. Get this other one started by hand here. And if I'm doing anything wrong in the wrong order, I'm sorry. I'm not a mechanic. I'm a licensed electrician that doesn't like to pay other people to do work on their truck. Would rather do it himself. Make sure everything's getting done. So if y'all have any pointers or tips or tricks to help me out, please comment in the video. Like I said, this is my first transmission change ever. Did watch a few videos, done a few other things. I do my own oil changes as such. All right, those are about well hand tight. Barely snug it up. I believe the torque spec on these is like 85 inch-pounds or equivalent. I think the outside ones were like 97 inch-pounds. All right, now that new filter's there, love that. So part of our deep oil pan from ATS, this is a filter extension. Actually has some magnets around it there and another gasket. So make sure you put your pookie on there. Nice and so. And that goes just like that. And now we don't have to worry about starving it for transmission fluid with our deep pan. All right, so I'm gonna get the new pan installed. Should be pretty fun to do with one hand. Okay, after you get a few of them started, then it could kind of just hang there while you align all the other ones. At this step, it's very important. Make sure your gasket is seated properly and that you get your bolts through your pan and your gasket on every single one. So now we'll go around and put in the other 17 of these bolts and we'll be back. All right, these are our last two right here. One, two. So I just want everyone to see this pan is loose. I just hand started all of these. You don't want to force them in, cross thread them, strip them, nothing like that. Aluminum hardware will strip easily. Definitely don't want to do that. So now we're gonna go in a crisscross pattern. So like changing a spare tire or something. Back and forth. Start from the middle out. This could be right, could be wrong. All right, so back and forth. Like I said, we're not even gonna make the impact click. Just barely tightening them right now. Okay, just like that. Yep. Yep. Now we'll go back and torque all those. I think Ford spec on their factory hardware was 97 inch-pounds. According to this ATS Deep Transmission Pan, these are going to be torqued to 85 inch-pounds. Okay, 85 inch-pounds here. So we'll be back in just a few, then we're gonna finish the flush. All right, so got this line pulled off the cooler. We need a special tool, and even then, this tool's pretty cheap, plastic, still hard to get off there. But now we're gonna take this hose all right, so next step is we're gonna add some transmission fluid so we can drain it or finish flushing it. And this little funnel here, I made it myself. I just took some hose that I had laying around. I think it's 3/8 inside diameter, like 1/2 inch outside, something like that. And I just used the lighter, heated it up right here, and put my hose or my funnel in my hose, and it fits right in that transmission slot perfect. Then you just hold it up here, fill it up, let it drain in. So that's the second quart we put in. I think that about does the trick. We are now going to put our line back in. It's just a little, you can see the color of that. It's a lot more red coming out now. Much better. So this is just a quick connect line here. So you just push it back in like so. Yep, that's it. That one's done. Now, we're gonna fill it back up. Right, so we poured everything together. You can see it right about there. About 3/4 of the way full. It's a 5-gallon bucket. So we're gonna put about 3.5, 4 gallons back in there to start. All right, so now we're gonna cycle through the gears after filling it up. We're just gonna go to reverse about 30 seconds or so. Then you're gonna wanna go into neutral, drive, manual, second, first. Wait about 30 seconds or so in each gear, and then you will go back up from first, second, manual, drive, neutral, reverse, park. So it's probably been about 30 seconds. Oops, didn't want to do that. I'm going to neutral now. All right, so we're going back up now. Every 30 seconds or so, 25, 30 seconds. All right, now we want to check the level. I just checked my gauge inside. We're at about 140 degrees Fahrenheit. So you want to check the level while it's hot. Normal operating temperatures are closer to 200 degrees for this truck. So it looks like we're right at the check hot add line. So I think we're going to need a little bit more still. So we're going to add a little bit more, go for a drive, and then check it again, make any adjustments as needed. And that's it for this transmission pan. There's the old one. Get up under here and show y'all the new one installed again, final product. There it is. Looks pretty good. And if anyone's worried about clearance, it's actually tucked up above everything else. It barely protrudes, maybe I would say 2, maybe 3 inches past this. So in perspective, we've got pretty good clearance still. So once again, this was the 2016 F-250 6.7 liter. This is a 6R140 transmission, and that is the Deep ATS transmission pan aftermarket. Thanks for watching. Y'all come back. We're gonna do an oil pan next. Some other modifications coming as well. So y'all stay tuned. Come back and check us out. Thanks for watching. Alright, so we went for a little drive. Got our transmission temp up. You see it down here. Sorry, got a little glare here. About it was 200 degrees whenever we parked. So now we're gonna go check the level again. Let's go do that. Alright, here we are. Supposed to check it while it's hot. So that's what we're doing. I forgot to mention too, on that new deep pan, the transmission pan we installed, we didn't replace the magnet because the new drain plug actually has a magnet on it. So right there, the hot level. Check it again. I think she's good right there. One more time for fun. So it's about halfway up. I'm gonna add a tiny bit more. We call that good.